bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
From District 4. We'll have a pile of them, too. I think there's 137 people running for that one seat in a special election. They're only running, by the way, District 4 is only running, the 6 people that are running for District 4 are only running for a 2-year opportunity. They have to run for re-election again in 2 years when it's actually up for re-election. Galen Unaw is on the lines with us, brought to you by Palm Garden. Palm Garden Health will be really easy for me to say. Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. Penn Flooring, and Just Ship. Galen, good morning to you.
Hey, what's going on, Tom? How are you?
Good. You know, a lot of people don't realize that those 6 people are vying for a position that's only going to last 2 years, and they got to do this over again. So literally, they'll have 1 year and 3 months on the job, and then if they like it, they're going to have to start running for re-election again.
Yeah, but I think most of them felt it would be easier to run now in a non-election year. Right, well, federal election or even state election, than it would be during the next one. So I think, again, I think we've talked about it. You know, it's the difference between 500 votes is going to decide some of these races, and especially if there's 6 of them.
That's going to a runoff. That's going to a runoff. You got to have 50% plus 1.
Even fewer people are going to run once you get the runoff. How many people do you think are going to vote in the election this year?
Less
than 10,000.
Because of the situation that happened right as the election season kicked in with the city manager having a vote to fire the city manager and the handling of the firing of the fire chief. I think you'll have. Last time it was like 8,200 out of 33,000.
Right.
You know, I think This time we may get into 4-digit votes. We may get 10, 11,000 this time. We might, but I don't think we'll go. If we get into those, it'll be 10,000 or barely 11,000. I don't think it'll ever get more than 11,000. So I hope more people come out to vote, but I think you're right. Apathy and an off cycle and a special election and all. But there's a lot of interest this time because there's so much up for grabs with the mayoral race and four of the 5 seats on council. So I look for more voters than normal, but I still don't look for a very big number.
Yeah, I think anything over 8,000 would be a pleasant surprise. I think a lot of people are just, and this is in politics in general. I just think people are kind of like, okay, whatever. There's no school board running, and I think right now if the school board would run, I think that would be pretty fascinating to watch. But all that said, Tom, this election will set the tone for all of the local elections for the next 2 to 3 years.
Oh.
Right? Because
without a doubt.
Oh, my gosh. Why are we stopping on the interstate? Because the people just come to a complete stop because they see a cone on the side of the road.
I know. Yeah.
And again, so you could really, this will really set the tone for, the upcoming House of Representatives, and then you follow that up with the senatorial race and the governor's race, and all of those other things. And Marion County, I think a lot of people who rely on Marion County to vote all red are really watching the mayoral race, because if this mayoral race is close at all, and what I mean by close is within 2,000 votes, I think it'll send shockwaves through our local politics.
Well, look, he when he ran against Barbara Fitos 2 years ago, it wasn't a landslide victory.
Yeah, but they're much more aligned.
Right. Yes, of course.
Much more aligned. right now, again, as we've talked about, there's two sides of the coin. So, and again, if we're within 2,000 votes, so let's say there's 9,000 people come out, right, and the vote is 6,000 or 5,500 to 3,500, that to me would be a shock. Anything within that, and I'm not saying that I think there's a real possibility it could be closer.
Well, I'm here to tell you. And look, I'm not any sage at this at all or anything, but I'm here to tell you, if you think 2,000 votes or closer would be a shock, go ahead and get your system prepared.
Well, that's what I mean. But if you were to say, okay, you could take the names away from it, you could take the people away from it, and you said these are the two platforms that are running for mayor in Ocala, Florida, at any time in the history of Ocala.
You would think
right?
there's no way.
Clear.
You would think there's no way
Correct.
that the progressive side would have any chance of winning.
Absolutely, and it's not just the progressive agenda. It is the far left progressive.
Well, yeah.
Agenda.
Oh yeah.
We're not talking about simple things here. We're talking about major issues that are being discussed at the federal level, and we're going to bring those right home. So
let me ask
again,
you this.
I'm fascinated by it.
Let me ask you this. Is it fair for voters to take into account that people are registered, even though this is a nonpartisan election, that people are registered in political parties that they literally have no affiliation with, and they do it just because it's what you do in this county? Because, if you look, both candidates are registered Republicans.
I know.
But one candidate is as far away from a Republican as you can get.
Well,
is that something they should be held accountable for?
Well, what do you mean accountable?
That
basically
you're not the Republican you say you are, but you've been registered as one for 19, 20 years.
I don't know if she's ever really called herself a Republican.
She's registered that way. She's registered as a Republican.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you voted for Reagan in 1980,
it doesn't matter who you voted for. She's registered as a Republican.
I understand that. I don't know what kind of you're allowed to vote for whoever and register for whoever you want. I don't know how you hold them accountable. But just understand, what her agenda is. I think that's more important than what political affiliation you're with.
I know some people, I absolutely have got into their junk about this, is people who register. I have a friend of mine in Georgia that registers Democrat every year so he can vote for who he thinks the weakest candidate is to take the vote away from the strong candidate.
Sure.
But to me, that's voter fraud.
No,
to me personally, I think it's voter fraud because he's a Republican. He's not a Democrat, but he registers as a Democrat, so his one vote can vote for the weakest person in the Democratic race because he thinks that helps by not giving the vote to a strong Democrat.
That's called politics.
It's disingenuous to me. It's disingenuous to me.
I guess I don't think that's a big problem. It just means he gets a bunch of junk mail from the Democratic Party.
He certainly does.
versus the Republican Party.
Yeah, versus the junk mail you get from the Republican Party.
Georgia's a blue state now anyway, so he's in the winner's circle.
Let me ask you this question. Hypothetically, do you have a problem, would you have a problem with a sitting council member being in charge of 2 or 3 campaigns for people who are running for council seats on the same council the person's sitting on that's running their campaigns? Would you have a problem with that?
No, I don't have a problem with it because you have a right to work, right? You have a right to decide whoever's on your campaign. I think as a voter, you instantly have a voting block, right? So those two candidates are going to vote exactly the same way, irregardless of their personal feelings, because of this sense of well, this guy's aligned with me, right? We have the same manager. That's the part that I'm leery of. But you can hire
You can. Sometimes I take issue with things that don't. The optics of it doesn't look very good.
Oh, I agree with you there, but there are very few people in Marion County who have run a successful election, and this particular person's run several.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Outside of their own.
Certainly.
And he's proven himself to be pretty darn good at it.
Pretty good player at it. Yes.
So and so if you are going to hire someone, you want to hire somebody who's done it before.
Yeah. I just think because I think hypothetically, if somebody is holding public office, then them helping run campaigns that are getting other people elected to that same public office they're holding, the optics of it just don't look good to me.
Well, and you got to remember they're stepping back, right? They're no longer going to be affiliated. So I mean, there's no different than Ira Bethea waving and politicking for Jay Musley this morning on 17th Avenue. On Mary Camp, there's no difference.
Whoa. What now? Councilman Ira Bethea was waving signs for who?
For Jay Musley this morning on 17th. There's no difference.
Wow.
There's no difference.
That is true nonpartisan right there.
Yeah, I mean, how is that any different than if Ira Bethea was
because
Ira
Bethea is not making any money from standing on the corner waving a sign.
You don't know that. Jay may say, "Hey, I'm going to take you to lunch." If you do this,
I noticed you've never taken me to lunch.
No, there's a reason for that. I did pay for golf once. That may never happen again.
Look, as well as I played that day. I mean, I played.
You were the third best player in the foursome.
I was. No, I believe I putted better than everybody.
Okay.
I think I was the best putter of the group, and I mean, I was definitely the best golfer besides Jeff Sizek in the group.
That's not true.
I mean, I'll beat you. I'll beat you and Dan with one hand behind my back.
Well, we could all beat Dan. I could beat Dan left-handed.
I can beat you with no problem.
That's not true.
So
if I was to say, all right, if you gave me a week's notice and I went and hit balls for 5 of those 7 days, I would beat you like a drum.
You're not shooting. What are you shooting? 80 maybe? 81?
Now?
No.
Now I wouldn't break
No.
it.
I'm not. I'm talking about if you practice for a week, you'd shoot what? Maybe if you had a great game, you shoot 80, 81. That's my handicap. That's what I shoot every time I play.
Yeah, agreed. But I'm a mentally tougher player than you, and I'd be all in your grip.
Oh,
I'd break you down. I'd break you down like Jordan broke down the Utah Jazz.
Head games do not work with me, sir. They just don't.
Yeah, they do.
They don't.
They do.
They don't.
I'm pretty good at it. I'm a professional.
Speaking of professional, let's get a little professional payment here from the sponsors of this show. We'll be right back after this timeout. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
We at WOCA recognize the importance of voting. That's why we're offering all the candidates an opportunity to come on the air and explain why they feel you should cast your valuable vote for them. On Tuesday, August 24th from 10:30 to 11 a.m., our guests will be Russell Rusty Juergens, Jay Musley, and Ty Schlichter, candidates for the office of District 3, Ocala City Council. This information is brought to you by WOCA The Source in hopes that you will vote and that this will help in making your decision come September 21st.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. A few of our tractor services include bush hogging, disking, and rototilling. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
You know, from time to time, Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens has had great deals on azaleas, but that's nothing like what they're doing right now. Right now, you disregard all the old price tags on azaleas and just take off 50%. Yes, that's half price. All azaleas are half price at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens right now. Other deals this week, a gigantic selection of flowering shrubs. Mix them or match them, they're all buy one, get one free. And don't forget those hummingbird and butterfly plants. They start at a super low $7.99. And how about that tree sale? Pick any large tree for as little as $49.99 and get another one just like it for half price. But that's just the beginning. Check the ad for all the savings at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, in the same blooming place since 1952.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
September 21st. September 21st. Why do I keep repeating September 21st? Because that's when the Ocala residents have the privilege of helping determine how Ocala is governed. By voting, Ocala residents then have a voice in local issues. Every vote matters. Voting is a privilege. It's also your responsibility. If you don't vote, you give up the right to complain about the outcome. So what are you going to be doing on September 21st? You're going to go out and vote September 21st.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection, You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
Get out and vote. September 21st is the election for the city of Ocala. It's nonpartisan, so whether you're a Democrat or Republican doesn't matter. It's a perfect time for all registered Ocala voters to be heard concerning local issues. Every vote matters. Don't let someone else speak for you by not voting. Apathy about voting has become somewhat of a problem. Get out and vote. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
Most people in Georgia are Georgia fans first.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Hey everybody, Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala is ready with the warm weather deals you want. First thing to do is check the ad. Go to bobwinescamelliagardens.net and feast your eyes on these fabulous deals. The first fall garden mums of the season are in. They're beautiful, they're budded, and they're blooming. In 4 different colors, just $10 each when you buy 2 or more. And there's a truckload citrus sale. Dozens of trees. Take your pick. Prices starting at just $59.99. And listen to this. Bob's favorite, guara. Butterflies and hummingbirds love them, and they start at a super low $4.99 this week at Bob Wines. They still have crepe myrtles. Smaller ones start at just $4.99. Don't wait. Hurry on over to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. They're open daily till 4 and Saturdays till 3 in the same blooming place since 1952.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. So let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
We at WOCA recognize the importance of voting. That's why we're offering all the candidates an opportunity to come in on the air and explain why they feel you should cast your valuable vote for them. On Wednesday, August 25th, my guests will be Kristen Dreyer, Alex Everett, Lloyd Martin Gregory, Barbara Feitos, Kevin Lopez, and Curtis Jones. They're all running for District 4.
It's right there on Mary Camp Road where all the politicians are waving at everybody. So come by and see us there. And as always, we're on the Boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. Give to Get the Life and donate blood, please. We have a brand new website. Check it out, lifesouth.org.
Galen, I'll talk to you tomorrow, pal.
Bye, all.
We'll be right back after this timeout on WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Today in Ag News on the Southeast Ag Network, USDA announced this week they've accepted $2.8 million
with Lance Pride.
Health and Human Services is reporting more than 77% of America's ICU beds are being used right now as hospitals admit severely ill COVID patients, almost all of them unvaccinated. It should be noted only hospitals registered with Centers for Medicaid and Medicare Services were included in the report, and not all hospitals were surveyed.